Hey, this is Alex McMillan. I want to talk to you today about transformation. Now, there's a big difference between changing something and transformation. You see, changing is something that may be very temporary. You might decide to change your location. You may decide to, I'm going to eat this, not that. That's a change in maybe what you're eating. Maybe I'm going to lose some weight and change my weight, okay? Maybe you're going to even change jobs or change your relationship. The point is those things can come and go. They can be very transactional, and you could just make decisions quickly. But transformation, that is about actually a fundamental shift in the way you think, in the way you do things. Transformation is about the habits of who you really are and what happens automatically, how your thinking gravitates. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say that somebody cuts me off on the freeway. And I get very irritated and very mad. And I decide I'm going to love people and I'm going to be more respectful when people are jerks on the freeway. Right? I make this decision to change my thinking. And so I do my best and I use willpower until eventually, I decide, do I want to keep this change or not? However, a transformation would be, you know what? I'm going to be a more caring, kind, loving person to all people. And I'm going to be more empathetic and considerate. And not judge without fully understanding. Now all of a sudden you get cut off on the freeway, and all of a sudden you have this provoke where you're like, I feel that feeling, and you go, nope, I'm moving towards love and kindness. I don't have to try and forgive this person. I'm just a forgiving, loving person. That's the goal that I want to become. I want to exercise that. And besides, I don't know why they cut me off. Maybe they're rushing their little baby who's in the back seat, who's suffocating, to the hospital. I'm not trying to be funny here. You don't know what is going on in someone else's life. However, that shouldn't matter. What the reason they cut you off for, if you truly make transformation, isn't about whether you could justify it or not. It's about, what do you want to believe? What do you want to feel? Do you believe it's good to offer grace and mercy and kindness when a circumstance that you had no bearing over or very little bearing over happens? Do you want to remain peaceful and joyful? That's a huge mindset transformation, and that takes work, and that's a huge decision. So transformation in regard to your health or into your wealth or into your happiness and your relationships, that's a big shift as well. Again, it's not like you're just deciding, I'm going to be nice. You're saying, I fundamentally want to exude these qualities. I want to basically be healthy. I don't want to do a diet. I don't want to do an exercise program. I want to be healthy. So what choices will I make to allow that to happen? Oh, maybe I will change the way I eat. Maybe I will move more, because that is a part and a fundamental decision that because of my fundamental decision to be a healthy person that has vibrant energy and feels great, I'm going to make these other choices that just match up. And even if I don't like them, it's not about whether I like cleaning my toilet. It's about, do I like a clean toilet? Does that make sense? It's not about whether you like exercising. Do you like a body that moves on demand and is responsive and that feels good and looks great and lives great? You see, that's a transformational way of thinking. So how do we get there? How do we move from where we're at now to where we want to go? Well, first off, we need to think transformational, not transactional. Secondly, which means I'm not focused on the diet, I'm focused on the results, and I'm focused on the way I want to feel and who I am becoming. And therefore, I choose to do these other little transactional things until they eventually become who I am. And get support. So that's the next area. Get some support. Get link arms with people who have been able to make this shift or help other people make these kind of changes. So get support. The relationships really matter. Do this over and over and over. That's refocus, back on, eyes on the prize when the winds of adversity in life blow you off course and all around. See, it's about, do you correct the course when you're blown off versus, think about it. You're driving down the road. You think you're driving straight on the freeway, but really your hands are adjusting back and forth, watch your hands next time you drive. They're going back and forth. They're making micro adjustments so you don't veer off course. So refocusing is a needed thing. Let's say a car slams on its brakes in front of you. You may have to go around that, okay? Or pay the consequences of not. Understand in life, whenever it comes to health, wealth, happiness, relationship change, you may have to go around a few things on the freeway of your journey, but then get back on course. Maybe you have to take a detour, Or maybe you didn't mean to take a detour, you just got mindless for a moment and took the wrong exit or didn't take the exit and you're off track. When you come back into your right mind, do you beat yourself up over that for 5 to 10 minutes? Maybe sometimes you do. Maybe change that way of thinking and say that's not going to serve me. That's not going to help me achieve my goal. It's a waste of energy, emotions, and attention. I could get into my personal life, but I've got things going on right now that are challenging me. Here I am yet making this post. You have no idea what's going on inside of my life or my mind, just like I don't know exactly what's going on in yours. However, I do know if we refocus on what matters most, we're going to eventually get there a lot quicker than we would if we stay off focus. The last thing I want to share with you is when you do this relationship thing well with other people and with relating to the environment that you're in, you get the support you need basically. Secondly, when you learn to refocus or get the support to help you refocus and learn those skills and tools to do that. And then lastly, you reframe the way you think. That's when the transformation is really taking root. Your brain actually rewires. People start seeing you differently because you've done it consistently enough, and they start looking at you and your identity. So you start to see your identity a little different. Other people see it differently, and your brain is actually rewired to think this way on a consistent basis. That's when you have transformed. You are now a healthy person, not just because your body's at a healthy weight or because you have certain size muscle, but because your thinking actually believes it. It takes time for that to happen. So many people are so transactional, they want it all now and they want their thinking to be adjusted. Well, how long have you been working on these bad habits? How long have you been automatically going unintentional in your life? This is the time where you flip the switch and then you get to work and you resolve over and over. Resolve. Did you know that resolution comes from resolution? Resolve comes from resolve, which means you resolve this over and over. If there's a problem, you resolve it until you get it right. If this is not working and you're not getting the right solutions, then you resolution over and over, and it starts to happen. I hope this video really mattered to you. Listen to it over again. Relate to me, comment, question. Bring other people into your life to help you do this. Remember, go back to the goal, the end in mind. Why do you want to transform these 1 to 3 areas of your life? Don't let them go. Name it. Write them down. Post it on this post, what it is. Proclaim it. I will do these things. I will get the support. I will link arms with those. And then go tame it. Go make it yours. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'd love to hear your comments and your questions. Love and blessings.